Oh, we made it. Goodness gracious. Let me see here. Oh, you can see the hot mess in the back. I'm a hot mess today, my friends. Oh, and I didn't turn off my computer. We're just on a roll here today. Hello. Happy Friday. Woo-wee, I've been running around like a chicken with their head cut off today. Let me tell you what, I don't even know where all the time went, but all of a sudden I was like, oh shoot, live stream. Yeah, that's a thing. And I can tell you what some of it is, and it has to do with a new challenge that I'm doing. Hello, Sarah. Happy Friday. But I want to give everybody a chance to get their notifications and whatever. I forgot to post this over on Facebook. I put it in Instagram. We'll see. We'll give everybody a minute. So while we're waiting, let me know how your Friday is going. Do you have any exciting plans this weekend? Hi, Rosie. Happy Friday. And I saw that Lissa and Marie were already here. Audrey's here. Hello. I am doing well. I'm energized. I'm energized. Rebecca, hello. And Brandy, hello. Everyone's coming on in. But I'm really energized at this moment in time. But with the stuff that I have been doing the last couple of days, that is subject to change at any given moment. So we will see how this goes. Hi, Becky, and hi, Tracy. But for now, I'm energized. I'm going. I had to set myself in a little alarm. I started, Lisa, hello. Oh, here's all my friends. Hello. Gotta finish this. I actually decided to set an alarm that, because now I have the Apple Watch, so all my alarms will push to my wrist and stuff. I set one at 12:45 as a last call for caffeine, so I can remember, oh, my cutoff is 2 o'clock, right? Which is right now. So I remember, oh, if you want another caffeinated beverage, you have to go consume it soon. So I'm finished up with that. I've been go. It's been very, very exciting. Oh my goodness. All right, now that the team is all here. So this is typically a weekly weigh-in, as you guys may or may not know, but I have not been weighing in, as you guys probably know by now. I've been ignoring the number. I have been using a scale that is numberless and gives me colors instead. And the bummer of it all was today my color changed and it actually went to green instead of teal, which I was like, oh, really? Because green means you're maintaining your weight, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, come on. I was shooting for like some teal, maybe to go into the blue, like in the right direction. But then I sat and thought about all of the crazy stuff I have been doing in the last handful of days. It has been nuts. Since the arrival of my elliptical, I have been a cardio fiend. I have gone, what did I do? Wednesday, I did a 5K, and it nearly killed me. I think I did something on Tuesday, too. Didn't I? Yeah, I did something on Tuesday, too. So I worked out on the elliptical Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today. I've been doing every single day, and it is now part of a challenge I'm doing with a few of my YouTube girls. When I talk about my YouTube girls, in my little girl group, the girls that I'm talking about are Miranda from Running Away with Life, Mindy from See Mindy Mom, Anita from Chit Chat Paddywhack, Molly from, I think it's Classically Molly, with her name spelled with an E, Mollye, Molly, Jamie at Just Jamie Allison, and Lindsay at The Mom Logs. I think that's everybody. I hope I didn't forget anybody. So those are my girls that I've been talking to, we've been doing stuff with. Well, a handful of us, Miranda proposed a crazy challenge called hey, there's Molly, perfect. I was right, your channel name is Classically Molly, because you weren't always Classically Molly, right? What was your channel name before? I can't remember. Everyone's commenting. I'll get to that in a second. But Miranda offered up in the group a challenge called the 75 Hard. Have you guys ever talked Wifey? That's right. I was like, I knew that wasn't always your channel name. What was it before? Yeah. Wifey. I remember now. And the 75 Hard is a 75-day challenge. And the challenge is laid out as follows. You stick to a diet with no cheat days for 75 days. You work out twice a day, 45 minutes. One of them is supposed to be an outside workout. You read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. What are the other things? And you take a progress photo every single day. Was that all the things? Stick to the diet, work out twice a day. Oh, and drink a gallon of water. Drink a gallon of water. That was the other thing. For 75 days. And Miranda presented this to us, and we were all like, well, that's intense, but it sounds interesting. Let's dive in a little bit further. And so with that, a handful of us decided that we were actually going to do it with her, but we kind of modified it a little bit. So for me, my modification, while I'm already trying to read a nonfiction book, so that should be a no-brainer, and I already drink a gallon of water, that should be a no-brainer. Easy peasy. The workouts, I'm like, I can commit to 2 45-minute workouts or a 90-minute total of workouts most days, and I commit to doing that until my body says no. And if I wake up one day and my body's like, you really, like, you cannot, you need to rest, I'll take that rest day because I have to honor the fact that I still have a disease that impacts my muscles, and sometimes you just can't. But I'm going to try and do my best. I eliminated the outside requirement because I don't want to be required to work out outside. So I have to do 90 minutes total in whatever breakdown that ends up being. Doesn't have to be outside. But as you guys know, one of my June goals is to spend at least 4 days a week doing something outside anyway. So I've been reading outside, which has been very helpful. And then the diet, I was like, well, first of all, I don't believe in cheat days because you can't cheat your diet. You just can't. Anyone who believes in cheat days is lying to themselves because your body doesn't know that it's a cheat day and that stuff shouldn't count. It all counts anyway. So you're either on plan or off plan. There is no such thing as a cheat day. But because I'm doing calories and a calorie range, there's plenty of flexibility within that to stay on my plan and within my diet and still be able to enjoy life. So all in all, this is just a making sure that you don't go over the edge type of challenge, which I think is really, really great and really interesting. So there's a handful of us that are doing our own versions of the Hard 75. That being said, the last 2 days I have done 90 minutes of working out. And that's been crazy. So the first day I did, not of the Hard 75. On Wednesday, I did my 5K. And that was intense and hard and made me go, holy cow, my cardiovascular stamina is really, really out of shape. Lovely. Something to work towards. Okie dokie. No problem. And it was also, I'm jumping ahead. So I worked my tush off. Literally, I was a disgusting mess by the end of that workout, but I loved it. It was awesome. So I worked really, really hard that day. Then yesterday was arms day of the last week of Lift 4. And I pushed those weights real hard. And I was completely taxed by the end of it. So between those two, and then I went downstairs and did a 45-minute elliptical workout, mind you. So then I got on the scale today, and of course, like the last couple of days, my body's probably sitting here going, what are you doing with all of this stuff? We must recover. We must retain the water and do all the things and whatever, because you normally see a weight increase when you start to push yourself harder than you have before, which is what I've been doing this week. So of course, over the past couple of days, my weight's been going up, which knocked me back into, you're maintaining, you're not losing. And so I can't even be mad at it because I am kicking my own butt and it feels really good, which is why I have so much energy. And the problem is eventually the high of the working out is going to go away. But for now, it's feeling really, really good. Miranda is fierce, and she's doing a great job of encouraging us to participate in some fierceness with her. It's been really, really great to be a part of that group. Only plan for today is my Lift 4 workout after this, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Yeah, well, actually, so cramps make it harder, but working out actually makes cramps feel a lot better. Promise. I'd love to know your thoughts on Apple Watch versus Fitbit. Yes, I will let you guys know as soon as I do. I don't even know what it's doing right now, quite frankly. But so far, I'm loving it, and I'm loving the goal of closing my rings instead of a step goal, which I know I had a big step goal for this month, but with the 75 hard challenge and the 90 minutes a day of working out and the challenge of closing all of my rings, I think that that's going to be more than sufficient for what I needed to accomplish, which was just to push myself harder, which is exactly what I'm doing. Miranda's channel is called Running Away with Life. And I don't know if she'll pop on here eventually or not. Sometimes she occasionally does. What else? Thank you for recommending Lift 4. I love it. That's amazing. I'm so glad. And I just finished it today. I finished 8 weeks. I stuck to the schedule. I did the final workout today. Felt really good about it. And I'm starting it over again on Monday. I'm starting back at week 1 because it was fan-freaking-tastic. And I love the progress. I mean, like, look at that. Look at that. Y'all? Like, your girl's got some yes. Lift 4, baby. Lift 4. I love it. I'm on day 3. Fantastic. Well, it's hard, but you get out of it what you put into it. So when he says increase your weights, when he says you should be fatigued by repetition number 8, he means it. And that is how you get the change. And it's been so good that I'm starting over. I love it. I freaking love it. So between that and the elliptical, I'm going to be hitting it hard this summer. I'm really excited. The end of the 75-day challenge is August 25th. So it's essentially the whole summer, which I really like. Like the reading in the water is easy. The workout thing seems a bit overwhelming. Yeah, and it is overwhelming, but it's a challenge. And that's what I've been looking for is a challenge. That's what I've wanted. I need something to push myself. So I'm going to push as far as it takes to not kill myself. That's what it's going to be. And some days, like the working out, like the 45-minute outside workout or something, could be a walk. Go for a walk for 45 minutes. None of it has to be intense, or not all of it has to be intense, but you have to actively make the choice to work out and do something physical for 90 minutes every day. So, oh, thank you. I actually tried really hard to do an ombre nail, and it kind of just ended up looking like a streaked nail. So on the camera, it's turning out a lot more like I intended. Up close, it does not look nearly as good. So good. At least you guys get to enjoy the I attempted an ombre nail look. We'll see. I'm hoping to get a little bit more creative, but up close, it doesn't look nearly as cool. Let me tell you what. I saw, do you do the floor work or mostly modify that part? I do the ab work on the floor. I do some of the stuff on the floor. I do not do push-ups because I can't support my arm. My arm muscles cannot support me. So I've modified a lot of things. I do skull crushers. I do the tricep presses because I don't push up all the way. I go until I feel like my arms are going to collapse back on me, and then I don't go any further, obviously. I do not do triple bears. I do a really, really fast, like, squatted side run thing that kind of emulates the idea of the triple bear without being down on the ground. But I do a lot of it. I just do the stuff that requires you to... I modify the stuff that requires you to stand out on your arms. So I don't do burpees. I do squats and then I shoot my leg out one at a time type of thing. But yeah, I've modified, but I do about half of the floor work, I think. Always do the abs on the floor though. Any other comments before I'll be finishing week 5 today. Definitely want to do another round at some point. Yeah, my husband doesn't know if he's going to start another round yet either. But he will eventually. He's working on obtaining heavier weights, slowly but surely. Triple bears, right? I don't ever stand a chance at doing them. There's no physical way I can do them. And here's why. Even if I get the arm strength to hold myself up, my arms do not extend all the way. So I don't think proportionally, because the fact that my arms don't extend all the way, I don't think I can position myself right to do them, even if I could hold up my own weight on my arms. So I had to figure out really quickly on what a good modifier for triple bears were, and mine seems to work. It gets the same idea of, like, I keep my legs activated the whole time, and I'm kind of bent in a squat position, and I'm doing like a side shuffle, like a 1, 2, 3, lift my leg, 1, 2, 3, lift my leg thing. And I'm doing it at the speed that gets my heart rate going, because that's the whole point of HIIT. So I've come up with modifiers that work, and is it as intense as doing the real deal? No, but for me, it still gets the job done, which is what's important. Okay, I struggle with those moves, but those are the ones I've seen the most improvement. Yeah, and I would love to do them. I wish I could do them. I just know that I cannot because I can't. My triceps don't work. I'd fall flat on my face. So the main reason I'm not going to do another round is the shortage of weights. Yep. That's what Eric's waiting for too. I think we have 10-pounders coming. He managed to find a website that had 10-pounders, and then they immediately sold out after he bought them, but he managed to get his order in before they sold out. So they've shipped, supposedly. So at least we'll get 10-pounders, and we have one 15-pounder. So he's thinking about placing an order with the local shop we've been getting. We ordered our elliptical from there. We ordered a floor for our home gym from there. So he's thinking about just placing an order with them for some weights, and we're just gonna twiddle our thumbs and kind of wait to see how long it takes for them to get here. But we're working on like it's the long-term goal to have acquired enough stuff to really call this a home gym instead of an elliptical in the basement, you know? So, all right. I want to talk just briefly about 0-point foods. And here's why. So my girl Miranda is working on a video, and it's about 0-point meals and snacks and whatever. That's a big popular thing right now, right? 0-point this, 0-point that. Complete meals and complete snacks that on Purple are 0 points. Now I know I do not follow any of the current my WW plans. There's a reason for that, because the struggle that some people appear to be having is the same as when I ditched Weight Watchers Freestyle 2 years ago. It's the same struggle. So apparently there are people that will come at others sharing 0-point meals. Let's say there's an amazing 0-point soup or something, right? It's got chicken in it. It's got corn in it. It's got beans. We're going for a Mexican soup. I don't even know. I'm making it up off the top of my head. It's got all the things in it. And what people do is they make the mistake of going, it's a 0-point soup. Let me have 4.5 cups as a serving. And then they get mad at the YouTube community when hi Lindsay, good to see you. Then they get mad at the YouTube community when they don't lose weight or they gain weight. I've been eating the foods that you've been telling me are 0 points, and I'm gaining weight because people do not like to consider portion control. And this thing is the same thing I said in my Weight Watchers Freestyle video. The number one reason you're not losing weight on Weight Watchers Freestyle, I published that over 2 years ago. And the facts in that video still stand. Just because something is 0 points does not mean it is 0 calories. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Just because something is 0 points does not mean it is 0 calories. There is actually no food that is 0 points that is also 0 calories. All food has calories. All food counts for something. And so the big mistake that people are making is they are associating a 0-point food with the equivalent of a 0-calorie food. This is the only thing in the world that's 0 calories, ladies and gents. Water and sugar substitutes, but we're not going to pile on sugar substitutes either. And so I felt, as this conversation came up in our little thread just this morning, I was like, you know what? I think 2 years, it's about time that I remind people of this fact once again. And I can speak from experience for this because I'm currently, Weight Watchers doesn't talk about that often enough. And I'm sure they don't, because why would they? People come to them because they want 0-point foods. I can go to this program and have 0-point foods, foods that don't count for anything. What they fail to tell you is that they still count. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So the proper way to do a 0-point anything, 0-point soup, maybe the serving size is 1.5 cups of soup. That can be 0 points. But if you're going to think that you can have 4 or 5 cups of this 0-point soup, and then you can have 0-point oatmeal for breakfast and a couple of eggs, and I don't even know what all the 0-point, I'm speaking purple here, because I know there's a lot more 0-point foods on purple. And a couple of eggs and something else that you would put with eggs for lunch, right? And then you still have all of your smart points left after eating and overeating regular portion sizes of 0-point foods. And then you think you can go and spend your other amount of points that you have saved by eating nothing but overeating 0-point foods all day. Is Greek yogurt 0 points on WW? Fat-free, plain Greek is 0 on blue and purple, not on green. Then you're crazy. If you think you can go and you can eat all of your points at the end of the day and spend it on some whopping dessert after you've already overeaten too many calories because you're like, oh, it's 0 points, it don't matter, then you're crazy and you're not gonna see results. That's the bottom line here. And that is the truth that, like you guys said, Weight Watchers doesn't talk about. And speaking from personal experience right now, I am usually following a plan where my fruits and vegetables are 0 points, even for me. I'm doing points plus, old school, 2015, 14, 13, 12, something like that. All of that, maybe. I don't remember. And for me, now that I'm counting calories as my secondary metric, I freaking had to weigh out my serving of cherries that I ate right before I went live today. And I had to track it because even though my Points Plus tracker is going to say, that costs you nothing, no worries, the calories count. It was 30 or 40 calories for my cherries. And as I've been doing this and I've been having to piece together my salads and having to weigh out my roasted broccoli and all of these things, I was reminded of the importance of remembering that even your fruit, even your vegetables have calories to them. And even though I am consuming a larger amount of calories than what Points Plus would normally have me consuming, I still have to remember that. I had a snack yesterday that was a banana and 1 ounce of full-fat cheese. That snack was 210 calories. 210 calories. So it's something that I think needs to be brought to the forefront of your minds once again. There will be videos coming out. Some of my friends have them coming out about 0-point meals, 0-point snacks, 0 points this, 0 points that. And I just wanted to remind you not to come at them when you are not losing weight because you think that eating half of a pan of this 0-point treat still counts as 0 points. Because it does not, my friends. It does not. I'm feeling tough lovey today. Can you tell? Can you tell the intensity dial has been turned up just a little bit? My cardio is making me feel fierce. Making me feel fierce and feisty. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what you guys are saying. I just left WW and I don't miss it. So happy to randomly catch one of your lives. Hello, Madeline. Madeline. This portion control topic is such a huge conversation that so few are having. Thank you, Lindsay. And it is scary, Brie. I don't know if I'm ever possible to be scary. Am I a scary human being? I guess I can be scary. But yes, portion control. And this is why I left freestyle. Because your girl cannot be told that she can have 4 eggs for breakfast in the morning. 4 eggs. Because I'll eat 4 eggs. You know? I scare you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with scaring you, Lisa. Sometimes you need it. But so that's what made me go, huh. So actually, you can't eat all the 0-point foods you want, and nobody bothers to tell you that. Nobody. And so what do? They release another plan with more 0-point foods. And I'm not going to lie to you. The second I heard it, 4 eggs is an appetizer when I'm not mentally present, right? And I saw in your video just yesterday, you had like 3 or 4 fried eggs, right? And I'm like, I could eat that too. That looks really good. You're making your eggs, and I'm like, ooh, eggs and butter. That sounds so good right now. Like, so good. And I could have done it. I could have eaten it without thinking. I love good scrambled eggs. I love them. And the Gordon Ramsay way puts butter in the scrambled eggs, and it is thebomb.com. And I'm like, all right, if you tell me I can eat 3 of these eggs and all I got to pay for is a chunk of butter, heck yes. And that was the problem. That was the flaw. is that it's not, oh, 2 egg serving is 0 points. It's not, oh, 1 cup of oatmeal is 0 points. It's not 1 banana is 0 points. You know? Is there any application where butter isn't appropriate? No, there's not. Butter is the best thing ever. Ever. I love butter. So you get what I'm saying here, folks? You get what I'm saying here? The portion size matters. Matters so much. So if you are hanging out on YouTube and you find a meal that someone is making, or a snack, or an amazing breakfast bake that somebody is making, and even if it's not 0 points, let's say it's made with mostly 0 point foods, but maybe a serving is 2 points, right? You can't eat 6 servings and only think that it's 12 points. You know? It applies to that too. Any like oatmeal bake, or what the heck else would be a good 0 point or low point something? A chicken based soup with beans. Apparently I'm wanting some like Mexican style soup or something with chicken and beans and corn and all that jazz, right? You need to take serving size into account every time, or you're going to sit there perplexed and confused as to why the scale is not going down, or even maybe why the scale is going up, even though you're eating all of these 0 point foods. And when you ask, this is what I'm going to tell you in tough love style too. I'm so happy this is the subject of the day. If I don't count my 0 point foods, I gain or plateau. Eggs, chicken, fruit, yogurt, etc. all add up so quick. 100%. Guys, most of my food yesterday, I had a 1,700 calorie day, which is perfectly the highest end of my calorie range. 1,700 calorie day. Do you know how many of those things were a sweet treat? Or how many of those calories? I had a Eat Me Guilt-Free brownie, which was protein, and I topped it with 45 calories of marshmallow fluff. It was s'mores flavored brownie, so naturally I brought marshmallow fluff to put on top of it. 45 calories. And then I had a cookie dough mochi ice cream thing for dessert after dinner that was 120 calories. I am almost positive that most of what I ate yesterday would be 0 points on purple. My entire dinner, except the cheese, would have been 0 points on purple. And then I don't even remember what I ate for lunch. Oh, I had a salad for lunch, so I would have just had to pay for the cheese and the dressing. And then I can't remember what I had for breakfast. If I'm being, an Eat Me Guilt-Free, no, not Eat Me Guilt-Free. Healthy eating all the time and Go Bar. So like, I ate healthy food yesterday, and I racked up to 1,700 calories real fast. And that's because all of these things still count for something. And it is something that has, again, been brought to the forefront of my mind, having been counting calories for a couple weeks now. And it's a different bird. It's a different beast. And I like it. I'm actually really enjoying this experiment. And I have friends who are really enjoying this experiment, like watching me do this experiment, because it's very curious. Some days I'll post my trackers and they'll be like, that's really interesting how far over you are, and how, like, yeah, it's something I didn't think about. But like, when you think about the fact that like my snack of a piece of cheese and a banana cost me 200 calories yesterday. 200 calories. Garage is going. My husband's leaving. He's going to get that gym floor. Shoot, you guys are talking too much. I lost my place. WWE needs to remind people periodically. Yep. And they won't. I imagine that an egg salad recipe using fat-free plain yogurt is out there, and that's plenty of calories. Ooh, that's dangerous, and you're absolutely right, Lindsay. At the very least, WW should teach people the good guidelines to start with portions, like 1 to 2 palms of meat. I agree. I 100% agree. And I think that's really where it's lacking is, and of course, I haven't been to a WW meeting in ages because I'm frugal and don't want to have to pay because I'm over my goal weight. But the fact that all of you are commenting on this, saying they're not telling us this, should be a red flag, you know? He came back after escaping. He sure did. You know where he went? He went to Walmart because online it said that there were dumbbells in stock. So he, like a fool, went to Walmart because why would the internet actually be right? I've been checking Target's inventory literally daily. Literally daily. And even when something pops back up as in stock, like, oh, you can get the 5-pounders now. You click on the 5-pounders, you cannot get them delivery same day, you cannot get them shipped to store, you cannot get them shipped to your house, and you cannot reserve them for pickup. Why? Because they're not actually there, even though the website says they are. So anyway, he went out and tried to find dumbbells on Tuesday night and came back with a resistance band, which was something, but no dumbbells. That's where he went. He's been working on dumbbell acquisition all week this week. Leafy greens might be the closest to 0. Yes, you're absolutely right. And that one's like, my giant salad's probably like 10 calories or whatever. So it could, if there ever was something to truly count as 0, lettuce would be it. You could eat hundreds of calories in 0 points foods and they all count. Yes, they do. Thank you so much for talking about your bites and calories experiment. I added the secondary metric of counting calories and had an amazing loss. It helped me be more mindful. I love that so much, and I'm really glad that that helped you. And yeah, it's just something that, like, again, with all of this, we don't actually think about in terms of weight. We're eating all of these 0 point things. Like, even with me and my fruits and vegetables, I was like, as I was clocking in so over my points, I had to sit and wonder, if I was that person that would, anytime I wanted a snack, I ate an apple, I ate a banana, I ate, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely upped all of the produce consumption. Odds are I'd actually be at the right calorie goal for my body if I decided to do that. But I don't like overloading on 0 point foods. I just don't. And I just have fruits and vegetables. But I can occasionally, like, binge eat a solid bowl of strawberries or watermelon. Don't get me started on watermelon. I could binge eat a whole lot of watermelon. But in general, I'd rather be like, I know my body now, and my body, I could eat all of that stuff, but it wouldn't fill me up as much as, like, the banana and the piece of full fat cheese was a flawless snack for me because it had the carbs in the banana and it had protein and fat in the cheese. So I got all 3 macronutrients in a really balanced manner, in a healthy manner, and I felt great. Like, that sustained me all the way through dinner, and it was perfect. But I can't just do let's eat all the produce all the time because it's still not going to fill me. I need those other macronutrients to fill me back up. I opened my Carb Manager app for the first time in well over a year. Realized that tracking is like a part-time job. I do the dirty, loosey-goosey keto and decided to see how that's working. I've been weighing out all of my produce this week, and I've been fascinated by the data. I've been seeing how easy it is for me to go over my calorie goal. Yeah, that's my point. And let's say you post your food, you always have so much produce, and I'm like, I can see how that fills you up, but that's also a lot of produce, So someone asked me not that long ago, that's an excellent question that I will get to in a moment. Someone asked me, shoot, I lost my train of thought because that was such a good question. I'll have to come back to it if I think of it. Shoot. 4 eggs is an appetizer. Is Scrolling, you guys have been chit-chatting away here. I love it. My Fitness Pal, where you look under every individual meal in WW, it shows the calories and you can add them up. How many calories are good for you to eat? Should it be under 2,000? Did somebody start talking about calorie calculators? Did I see that? I was just shy of 1,600 on Saturday using no weeklies. That's a solid amount. 1,600 is good. See, Mini Mom is also on this train of thought with calories versus points. I know she is. And that's kind of where we're all at. The whole gang is kind of in the same boat because we're all having this realization of, like, this is great, but calories. Because at the end of the day, calories are still king. Calories are still king. And any diet that you do puts you in a calorie deficit. Lindsay, I'd be very curious to know when you're losing on keto, like what your calorie count is. And I don't know if you know that or not, but I'd be very curious to know, because the only way you would lose weight is calorie deficit, you know? So the people that are doing keto and eating like bacon dipped in guacamole and all this stuff. And like after I watched your video yesterday though, it was trying to keep track for a few days. Awesome. I think your meals were very light, I thought. Especially your dinner. I was like, that's awesome. So it was keto, but it was also a vegetable and a meat, which is exactly what I have for dinner, you know? So all diets. I almost said cardio deficit. Do not do a cardio deficit. Calorie deficit. Calorie deficit. Oh, I missed your comment about 900 calories and wicked under on protein. I somehow missed that. I think the problem is that as they started to focus on all these guidelines, people would realize it's just simpler to count calories. You're absolutely right, Rosie. You're absolutely right. There are calculators that can help you find a good range. Yeah, so there are some calculators that are a great starting point. I'm personally using Jordan Syatt's formulations, which uses a goal weight times specific numbers. You can go and check out his channel to get all the information. Just search like calories for fat loss or weight loss, Jordan Syatt, spelled like Hyatt, but with an S. Isn't Jordan Syatt's calorie calculation? You guys are ahead of me on everything. Yes, so his calorie calculation goal is goal weight times 12 as like a general rule. In some more specific plans he has, the range is like 11 times 11, and then high day is like times 11.5, or it's times 10 to 11, and then high days are times 11 to 11.5. 12 if you just want a looser number. All right, here's the question that totally threw me off track. Doesn't fiber make some of the calories not count? I can eat above my calorie goal without gaining if it's high in fiber. That's interesting. So technically, and I haven't done the due research that this topic is due, but I've done enough research to see that there are arguments for all different sides on this. I have found articles that talk about how every calorie counts, regardless of what it is. I have found articles that say, no, fiber means it's zero, it's no calories, blah, 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 blah. I can't even say the thing I believe. So, and then the third train of thought is there are two different kinds of fiber. There's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. And any carb that is insoluble fiber technically doesn't count. But nobody ever tells you which fiber on my 15 grams of fiber tortilla, nobody tells you that that 7 of those grams are insoluble fiber, but 8 of those grams are still soluble fiber. So I like to function under the assumption that if it's counted as a carbohydrate, it's counted as calories. Sorry, like the end. And it's interesting. I never told you guys this. So the scanner in the iTrack Bites app sometimes is wildly inaccurate. Sometimes it's perfectly on point, whatever. You guys remember when I went on my rant, and I still haven't created a video about it, about how diet foods are trying to leverage fiber as removing calories when I don't believe that fiber removes calories? I believe that it's a better choice for you. I believe that 100 calories of chicken is a lot better choice than 100 calories of Snickers bar, but it's still 100 calories, regardless of, what it is. It's still going to count to your body as 100 calories. I think the chicken's better because it's protein instead of fat and sugar. The fiber, I feel the same way. It is still a carbohydrate. It still has calories. It's just better for your body, and your body will function better with it than choosing something that is low in fiber but the same amount of carbohydrates. This is my personal opinion. I am not a dietitian, but I do not like to subscribe to the fact that fiber removes calories because I don't believe that to be true. It goes through your system. Your body's got to do something with it, right? That's my theory on it. But what I didn't tell you guys was one day after I had this whole nutritional epiphany or whatever with the fiber and the diet companies trying to confuse you and whatever, I scanned my Mission low carb tortillas, which claim 70 calories. And I think if I did the math, it was going to be closer to like 128 calories. I'll be darned if the thing that used to scan at 70 calories in iTrack Bites now scans at 120 calories. I looked at that and I was like, I'm not even going to change it because that's what I feel is more accurate anyway. Do I still eat them? All the time. I love them. I think they're great quality. They're nice and soft. They crisp up well when I make sandwiches out of them. And I love that they have 15 grams of fiber. Just don't lie to me about how many calories it is. Your girl's trying to count calories here. So tell me if it's going to cost me 120 instead of 70. That is 50 calories different. Y'all, 50 calories. That's a lot. That's how I feel about that. So, under Diets by Brianna, which doesn't actually exist because I am not a nutritionist, I do not subscribe to the fact that fiber means no calories. Not in my world. No, it jumped down. Shoot. Where did it go? Where did I leave off? There it is. I can easily go overboard on 0-point produce. Yep. Realizing that using my weeklies and even dipping into activity bites and still being within my calorie goal has been so interesting. I've always beat myself up for using those. Y'all, weeklies are there to be used. And this week, I don't even remember how many weeklies I went over. It was a lot of weeklies because I had 2,000 calorie days and we had that burger and the sweet potato tots last weekend and it was amazing. But I can't tell you if I earned all of the negatives back in fit points because I switched trackers in the middle of the week. I got this on Tuesday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's Fitbit information got wiped out when I switched over to Health Kit on iTrack Bites. So I'm like, I don't even know how many points I earned, which is fine because I'm not paying much attention to it, but it will go back to, I'll be able to tell you how negative I went and how much I technically earned back next week, now that I will have the consistent device the whole time. If my fruit and veggies are taken away from me, I may die. It has enabled me to lose 22.2 pounds as of today. I do need to find some alternatives though. Yes, and Becky, I'm gonna mildly call you out for a second. So for those of you that don't realize, Becky Engebretsen is my mother-in-law. She's Eric's mom. And for you, the reason that, like, I have not harassed you at all. She sends me pictures of like these overloaded salads full of fruit and full of vegetables and all of these things. And I haven't said boo about the calorie counts. And here's why. Becky was one of the people that needed to change what she ate, not how much of it. I'm one of the people that needs to change the portion sizes of what I eat, but I love healthy food to begin with. That is what I am inherently drawn towards. Of course I love cake. Of course I love pizza. And of course I wish I could eat chips all day. That's a given. But I get real excited over roasted broccoli. And like I said, I love eggs and things I love healthy food. So for me, portion control and being aware of the calories is super, super important. For my mother-in-law, it was very, very important that we got her away from eating junk and eating healthy foods. And exclusively changing what she ate has helped her lose 22 pounds in not a very long period of time, which is exceptional. It's wonderful. And it proves why there are two different camps for Weight Watchers. And I always argue that for the people that need to change what they eat, things like purple and things like blue are on point. And Becky, you're on green, right? You're on green. So on green, she also gets portion control. She doesn't have 0-point chicken. She doesn't have 0-point eggs or anything like that. So for her, this is an exceptional balance of a little bit of portion control, but go ahead and eat all of the fruits and vegetables you want because you need to eat the fruits and vegetables. And that's working and that's keeping her full. Will there come a time where she might have to rein it in and actually start thinking about portion control a little bit? Probably. It happens to all of us when we hit that point of, okay, we've lost, and we've got the metabolic adaptation happening, and now you have to go, okay, shoot, with the quantity of the 0-point foods I'm eating and eating all of my points, I'm no longer losing. What do I have to change? if you're at the point of minimum points that you're supposed to have, odds are you're probably going to have to consider, maybe I narrow it down to only one banana a day, or maybe a banana a couple of times a week instead of my 2 or 3 banana a day fix. But that's adaptations that happen over time, depending on how much weight you have to lose, how much dietary change you need to make, things like that. So you have to tune in to what your body needs. What my mother-in-law's body needs is different than what my body needs at this given time in order to find success. And that doesn't mean it won't change in the future. There's a solid chance that one of two things happens for me. At my calorie range right now, I might be eating too much, but with all of the fitness stuff I'm doing, I might not be eating enough. And only time will tell. It's all trial and error and all of that jazz. No, it skipped down again. I'm eating a bit more fruit than usual, but that's because it's summer. Yep. My fruit consumption goes up too. Yep, it's so basic. Many people try to overcomplicate keto and forget ketosis is a metabolic state. You need a deficit to lose your stored fat. I'm so looking forward to the deep dive on fiber versus calories. I went down the rabbit hole with the whole fiber and calories research the other day. Doesn't remove calories, but your body does process things differently. Sarah, thank you. And that's what I agree with. I firmly believe that if you have 20 grams of carbohydrates and 10 of them is fiber, that's much better than 20 grams of carbohydrate and 10 of them is sugar. I'm team that. It makes a difference what macronutrient you're eating, but calorie is a calorie, regardless. If you say it's got this many carbs, that means it has, well, let me use what did I use? 10 grams of carbohydrates is 40 calories, regardless of how many of them are fiber, in my opinion. I'm at negative 58 so far this week. Lindsay's here. Hello. I've been logging my calorie total on MyFitnessPal at the end of the day so it syncs with Fitbit so I can compare my burn and consumption each day. During this upcoming challenge, do you have a max calorie number which you will be considered as no longer on plan limit? Yes, 1,700. That is the goal. Okay, so let me tell you about this. And did I do the math? I did do the math. Cool. So here's my theory, because I don't believe in cheat days, like I said, right? And this is going back to the 75 hard challenge that me and a couple of my girls are doing, that I talked about in the beginning of this video. So the one of the requirements is that you stay on track, no cheat day, right? So for me, calories, because I don't believe in cheat day, right? I believe you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you stay in your range. I believe that you cannot fool your body into thinking, oh, if I don't track this piece of cake, that means it actually counts as 0 and I'm cheating. No, your hips don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Like Shakira says, if you ate that cake, that your body knows that you ate that cake. You can't lie to your body. So for me, what I'm going to do, my calorie range, low day is 1,450 to 1,600. High day is 1,600 to 1,700. So my goal, Rosie, to answer your question in short term, is 1,700 or below. That is my goal. And yesterday I hit 1,700 on the head. I think it was 2 calories under. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. So there's that. If I happen to do something, like go to a restaurant or go whatever, and I happen to creep over in calories. Let's say I have a 2,000 calorie day. Let's say I have to go into maintenance mode because PMS is wreaking havoc on my system and I need more calories to function at a reasonable level. Because let me tell you guys, since I've been eating more calories, I'm not gonna lie, my energy has been a lot better. My energy has been a lot better, and that is worth noting. So I have I'm pointing at my consistency calendar. That's what I'm pointing at. And on the sidebar of my consistency calendar, I have all the numbers I need to remember. My weekly calorie goal is something I will take into account. My range for my weekly calories is 10.6, let's say, to 11.4. So if I go over on, for the sake of ease, let's say Thursday, I end up eating 2,000 calories instead of 1,700 calories. So what I will do then is I will take my weekly calorie range, go, okay, what did I eat this week? add it all together and figure out what I've got left for Friday. And that's going to, as long as I hit that target, as long as it's not below 1,200 calories, because I will not eat below 1,200 calories. So as long as, like, let's say it means you only have 1,300 calories left for the week and you got to do one day of 1,300 calories to be considered on track, that's what I will do. So the goal is to not go over my weekly calorie allotment, because at the end of the week, I was gonna say at the end of the day, but at the end of the week, the goal is calorie deficit, you know? So does that answer your question, Rosie? I've got a range of things happening and I've got solutions should things come up, but the ultimate goal is not to mindlessly go, here's a sleeve of Oreo cookies that I can eat. You know, it's to intentionally make every choice. Yesterday, I was not intending on having 1,700 calories yesterday. I was so hungry that my body needed fuel. And so, like I said, the only junk foods I consumed yesterday was 165 of my 1,700 calories can be deemed as junk food. That's it. That's it. So I legitimately ate the rest of those calories, which is a lot of calories, in fuel. Deliberate, nourishing to my body, high protein. I think I hit 130 grams of protein yesterday. Fuel. Which is fine. Sometimes that's what your body needs. So that's why I'm giving it that wiggle room. So the no cheating is, I cannot, if I start my day hard or if I'm having a PMS day where I'm like, let me eat all the things, I cannot just let myself go off the rails. That's what that means to me, is keep yourself in check, Brianna. You know, make mindful choices every time you put something in your mouth. You can have a treat every day. That's fine. But if you're having the, I just need to eat, freaking eat vegetables and fruit and some cheese and some chicken and some, like, stuff that's actually going to nourish your body. So it's preventative to keep bad days out of the way. What is the Shapa saying? My Shapa switched to green today instead of teal, which means I'm maintaining, which is fine because I'm pretty sure I shocked the crap out of my body with my physical activity this week. So it's retaining water like, whoa, which it would probably be retaining water more if I hadn't been drinking so much. Water, to be clear. I have not had alcohol at all this week. My beautiful salad yesterday was nearly 700 calories. 200 of that, 250 of that came from the greens and the berries. Exactly. My salad yesterday, which was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was the most delicious salad I've made in a long time. Put me over quite a bit of calories. And I'm like, well, that's frustrating because I ate a salad and then this delicious high protein, like just really good and nourishing dinner. And it's still, my calories shot up because everything counts. Everything. Girl, I had cake for breakfast. However, I had some frozen grapes for lunch. Oh, I forgot the frozen grapes were a thing. Guys, did I tell you about my frozen blueberry fiasco from a couple weeks ago? I had this brilliant idea. I have a bag of frozen blueberries that I put in my smoothies, right? And I was having a day of, I need to eat all the foods. So I'm like, what can I eat? And I wasn't tracking calories yet. So I'm like, what can I eat that's low in points? And I'm like, I got it. Frozen blueberries. I can eat frozen blueberries. Do you want to know the fundamental flaw of frozen blueberries? Can anybody think about it? Do you know what the biggest problem with frozen blueberries is? I'll give y'all a second. I've been basically triple tracking calories, smart points, and points plus. I answered Sharik's question. The missions, Sharik, I'm not really doing. To be honest with you, I'm really just in it for the weigh-ins that are not on the scale. Purple fingers, bingo. Freaking blueberries frozen blueberries, not regular blueberries. Frozen blueberries literally dye everything purple, including your mouth. So I had my little bowl that I had frozen blueberries, and at first I was picking them up and eating them with my hands as I was doing stuff. Then I realized I was starting to look like what's her name from Willy Wonka and Violet Beauregard, and like legit turning that shade of blue. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to use a spoon. So I started spooning them into my mouth. Then, about 3/4 of the way through my bowl of blueberries, my husband looks at me and he goes, "Why is your entire mouth blue?" And I'm like, I didn't even think about my mouth. And my teeth and my lips and my tongue was so dark blue, it was almost black. I was like, what the heck, man? What? It's like, I use like my tongue scraper, I brushed my teeth. Frozen blueberries! You can eat regular blueberries all freaking day and not have that problem, but apparently frozen blueberries, I don't know why, turns everything they touch purple. What's up with that? That's my blueberry saga. That's what I get for trying to have a 0-point snack. Tell you what, gotta switch to frozen grapes. Yeah, frozen grapes are very, very good. I should try it. So, truth be told, I haven't had grapes in a very long time because back when I took that food sensitivity test from Everlywell, they sponsored the video and everything, and it was wonderful because I'd wanted to try it anyway because I was convinced that I was going to have a dairy problem because I ate so much dairy, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is why I'm a little bit bloated and whatever. The only thing that lit up for me, and that was a moderate light up, was grapes. And I was like, so I have no problem with any other food, apparently. But grapes was a moderate level of intolerance. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So just thinking about it, I'm like, there's so many other fruits that maybe I don't need to eat grapes. And then I've noticed, and I don't know if it's directly related, I should go out and buy some grapes and just try it and see what happens. But I've noticed that I get particularly bloated and a little bit gassy when I drink wine. Wine is made from grapes. So that's why I haven't done frozen grapes in a really, really long time, because they mess with my digestive system. Oh, supposedly. They supposedly mess with my digestive system. I should just flat out buy grapes and try them out and see what happens. But that's why I haven't been doing grapes. I used to eat frozen grapes all the time. They're very, very good. That salad looks so good. I took a screenshot for ideas. Goat cheese and the Good and Gather fig balsamic vinaigrette. Oh my gosh. I get gassy and more fun when I drink wine. I get more fun when I drink wine too, but the stomach upset to me is not worth it. I saw recently that there's a couple companies, but I think it's called like Dry Vines or something like that. I'm wondering, and they advertise low sugar wines. And I don't know what's different about them. I'm wondering if it's the insane amount of sugar in wine that's actually messing with my stomach and not the grapes. I don't know, but I don't have the same problem with vodka. I'm just throwing that out there. So my go-to drink of choice is a Waterloo carbonated water and vodka. And it's flawless. It's amazing. It's fresh. It's delicious. And I have no problems with it. So vodka be my booze of choice because it doesn't mess with my system. Easy to eat. Purple fingers. I don't have the time or energy to care about this right now, but I'm really thinking, what don't you have the time or energy to care about? Dieting in general, Rosie? Gotta switch to frozen grapes. Freeze fresh blueberries and they won't do that. For the same reason, the store-bought frozen blueberries have a layer of their own juice all over. Oh! That's very helpful, Sarah. That is very helpful. So if I buy fresh blueberries and freeze them, and that's the thing, I never recalled having that problem before. But I would buy a whole bunch of blueberries and I would freeze some of them. You're a genius. I'm totally going to do that now. Next time I go to Sam's and they have blueberries, I'm going to buy extras to freeze, and then I'll have my smoothie blueberries, but then I'll have my eat them out of the freezer blueberries. Thank you for that. That's very valuable feedback. Are you guessing more fun? Vodka makes me more fun too. Good alternative. Yep. So the reason that I'm a vodka drinker is because for the longest time, since I was able to drink, I've been on Weight Watchers, and I always subscribe to, I don't like to spend my points on things I don't need to be spending my points on, so give me the most bang for my buck in that area too. I never got into beer, but if I was into beer, I'm like, it's 5 points for one beer, or it's 3 points for a shot and a half of vodka, which has like 3 times as much alcohol in it. Which would you choose? You know? So I'm all about efficiency when it comes to that, because I also don't want to drink that much liquid. So I'll have one strong pour of vodka with my seltzer water and call it a day, and it's great. Exactly, Emily. Exactly. Freeze the blueberries on a sheet pan before bagging them. Maybe processing smushes the blueberries so you get juice all over. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhat, but especially the 75. Oh yeah. No, you don't have to do the 75. I wasn't posing that challenge to anybody else. I was just telling you guys what I was up to, because what I'm up to is a little bit crazy. But do what you got to do. And I've also been talking about with the girls, about how, like, don't y'all dare think we're perfect, because we've all been struggling in some way, shape, or form lately. And as you guys know, like, my motivation goes up and then it tanks down. And it goes up and it tanks down. And I mean the motivation of, like, life in general. Life in general. I'm actually doing great with the calorie counting, and I'm doing great because I had a workout schedule. I'm doing great with the workout schedule. But other than that, like, the let's sit and film, that diamond painting that I'm supposed to be finishing, I haven't touched yet this month. It's the 12th and I still haven't touched it. Like, because there's just so much and less desire and all that thing, and I'm just like, you know what? You got to give yourself a little bit of grace. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm doing the stuff that counts, which is the eating and the working out and the managing the home. So I love Bailey's, but it's only a little. Yeah. It's intriguing. It is intriguing. It's very intriguing. I'll let you guys know at the end of 75 days just how intriguing it is. Was 12 out of 30 smart points. Interesting. Very interesting. Because if you added meat, Lissa, the protein counts positively towards smart points and not positively towards points plus. Anyway, my tummy be rumbling because it's 3 o'clock and your girl hasn't had lunch yet. So I need to go and eat a little something and get on with this happy day. So I hope you guys found this valuable. As we were talking about this morning, I'm like, I need to address this in my live stream today. And I felt like it was something that needed to be said again, and probably something that should be said regularly, just so y'all know. So you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Just because something is 0 points does not mean it is 0 calories. On that note, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Enjoy the fabulous weather. Oh my gosh, the weather is gorgeous, Marie. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving it. So yeah, definitely going to go and hang out outside a little bit today. Take care, my friends, and I will see you all next week.